way to Centertown, which is the town that I grew up in. We moved a lot, so I grew up in a lot of different towns. This town for me was very, I don't know, it was a memorable town. Yeah, I lived in it the longest, and summer of 2nd grade, so I already graduated 2nd grade, and then we moved, I'm guessing that summer, because I was there for 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. So I lived there for, and I think part of 6th grade because I switched schools or something like that. Anyway, we used to ride our bikes down there and go to this little gas station or corner store, whatever you want to call it. It was just a very special place for me. And it was such a small town, and I'm so glad that I got to grow up in that little town for the few years that we were there. I just remember riding our bikes around this little antique shop in the train tracks. We weren't allowed to ride on the train tracks. I'm just excited to go over there and see the little town that I grew up in.
According to Wikipedia, Centertown is a village in Cole County, Missouri, United States. The population was 278 at the 2010 census.
That's the gas station that we used to go to. Right there.
Oh, there you go. Take a picture of it.
So there was no other store in town except for a little gas station and this antique store. So me and my friends used to walk down here, and we would go look at the little knickknacks they had inside. Oh look, Karen Higgin. What a small world. That's now my last day. This is such a pretty place. We were not allowed to play on the train tracks. That was a huge no. We literally, our parents would tell us like things just to scare us not to go on those train tracks, which obviously for good reason. Yeah. This is where we sit on the stairs. Come sit with me, baby. My stepdad used to take me up here and we would do donuts in the church parking lot when it snowed. There's that lawn place that we were talking about. That's basically the main business in town. This mean old man used to live right there in that house. He was so mean. I wonder if he still lives there. The houses are still there. I used to play back there. Right here is where there was a little playground. Used to play down there all the time. I remember walking. This is where I'd walk to school every morning. What's crazy is right there is where that lawn business is. When I was little, it seemed like it was so much further away. It's so funny how you get older, how much smaller things look, how big the world seemed when you were small. This is where we'd sit and wait for the school bus. So this house used to be really nice and well kept. It was like a preschool, but it was her house. So I guess like a daycare, and it was her house. And for a couple weeks during the summer. I think we stayed here. Maybe longer, I just don't remember. So awkward me filming, but me and my brother used to come into this gas station and we would scrape up pennies and nickels and we'd come buy gum and lollipops. Looks a little different in here. You know, I'm not much of a soda drinker, but I'm gonna get a squirt just for old times because that was my favorite. So 15 years ago, these blow pops, 20 years ago, these were a nickel. Now they're 25 cents. I am so glad I went. We were so poor living there that growing up, I think I had a distorted view of that town, but it is such a beautiful town. So many memories just came rushing back as we started driving around the little town, and it's just so funny how I remembered where everything was, and we even bought some, we went into that little corner store and I bought like a squirt because that was one of my favorite drinks back then, and some Chips Ahoy because we loved these, but me and my brother, we never had enough money to go up there and get them. Because after school, we would scrape up change and we would go get lollipops and gum, the little 5-cent lollipops and gum. And anyway, it was just really nice being able to go visit the town. It's such a pretty little town. I did want to go see my great-grandma Faye lived in this really big white house, and it was such a gorgeous house. We went back there and we ended up driving around the town for like 10 minutes looking for it. I finally called my grandma and was like, where's that house at? Because I used to ride my bike up there anytime I wanted a little snack because she would give me a sweetie and a mint, and sometimes I'd ask her for an extra mint to give to my brother. And I had a little sister too, but she was very little. She wasn't big enough to eat all that. But anyway, I called my grandma and she's like, that house was burnt down. So I'm glad I called her. We would have been probably driving around for another 5-10 minutes looking for it. I'm really glad we drove down there to check it out. It was just a really good